Abeysekera. Let's look at logic of content analysis. There are 6 aspects one need to look at in a research design using content analysis. The first one is unitising. Unitising schemes apply for sampling, recording, context, measurement, and enumerating. In that design, we need to come up with units of sampling, units of coding and recording, units of the content, units of measuring content, and units of enumerating or counting. The second aspect is the sampling. What is the sampling plan that is applied for the given research design of content analysis in that given context? The third is the way of recording and coding the content. What coding instructions are provided to the coders to code the content? Fourth is reducing. It is reducing the data, which is the content that is available, so that we can rely on statistical methods and other methods to analyze such summarized or simplified data. Fifth is abductively inferring. To abductively infer in content analysis, one has to rely on models or analytical constructs chosen to represent the context for the problem that is being investigated. Sixth is narrating. Narrating is reporting the findings, and these findings are reported, are influenced by the narrative traditions of the discipline. If we talk about the research design a little more, the unitising is about data making. It's about distinguishing the content as text, images, and other observables to serve different analytical purposes. Such data making occurs by unitising the data in sampling by choosing the appropriate sampling plan, and units of recording, units of the content, units of measuring, and units of assigning numbers to these measurements. The second is the sampling. The sampling is done to economize research effort by limiting observations to a manageable level. So therefore, that sampling plan that is chosen not only economize the research effort by limiting the observations, but additional benefit is that it becomes representative and accurate in the given context for the solution that is being reached for the given problem. The third is coding and recording the content. The purpose here is to generate durable records from the content based on the recording units. The recording units can change depending on the problem to be addressed and the solution to be reached, and those recording units could be words, sentences, paragraphs, even pages. The fourth is reducing the content into manageable form so that they can efficiently represent large volumes of data to what it matters for the problem solving. So the data, once it is reduced, it could be shown as averages, frequency counts, or codes. The fifth is abductively inferring. It is to bridge the descriptive accounts of content to an unobserved phenomena in the context. Six is narrating. Narrating is making results comprehensible to others' perceived wants in the context. The content analysis can take either a qualitative approach or a quantitative approach. In the quantitative approach, the non-numerical content is converted into numerical form for inferencing. In the qualitative approach, all data, whether they are numerical or non-numerical, are analyzed to generate themes and patterns for inference. Whether it is qualitative approach or quantitative approach, content analysis leads to abductive inference. We need to ensure in content analysis we increase the accuracy of the findings. To do that, we need to decrease errors. These errors can arise from measurement perspective or specification perspective. From the measurement perspective, to increase reliability of findings, we can ensure there are audit trails relating to unitising and also audit trails relating to recording and coding content. Internal validity can be increased by ensuring participants find results credible. External validity or transferability can be ensured by looking at the patterns and themes and looking at whether such patterns and themes are transferable to other contexts. And conformability or objectivity is to ensure that auditor or reviewer can confirm the data and other dimensions that are collected and reduced for the analysis are suitable and lead to appropriate abductive inference. When it comes to misspecification perspective, there are two aspects: robustness analysis and sensitivity analysis. In the robustness analysis, we want to ensure that the findings are correctly specified. To ensure that findings are correctly specified in content analysis, we can ensure there's intra-coder analysis. And also, we can ensure there is inter-coder analysis. In the intra-coder analysis, the same analyst could analyze the content and thereafter come back to the same content again, but without looking at the recording that was previously done, and code the information again, code the content again, and then compare the two coding results to ensure there is consistency. Intercode analysis is where there are two analysts who are coding the same content, and such coding, once it is recorded, can be compared to ensure whether there is consistency. The second aspect is the sensitivity analysis. To find the sensitivity analysis in content analysis, there are different units for countings. For example, words, sentences, paragraphs. There are different units for counting. And we can use different units of counting and look at the results that we obtain and then compare those results, because they show the limits of the outcome application. The second is to look at different ways of measuring. One is to measure by frequency, count it. The other is to measure the space or the volume of the content. So there are different ways of measuring frequency and volume. And then we can look at the outcome of measuring using frequency, measuring using volume, and then look at the limits that can be applied, that are